Good day, good evening to you all. It's Dr. K speaking. Today is, I think, the 17th of our program on divorce. Thank everyone that have been partaking in this particular program. It will be a 21-day program, and we try to edify ourselves concerning certain topics or things that might lead to divorce, and we try to make sure that divorce don't actually come, because divorce has never been a good thing. I thank God Almighty for the wisdom and for the direction, and then I pray that I continue to give me wisdom to carry on this task. I am glad for the feedback I've had. It has been amazing, and I thank those who have been participating. I thank those who took time to book for sessions. May God continue to bless us all as we try to mitigate this cankerworm which is in society, which is divorce, affecting us personally and also affecting our children. It's time for us to dig deep into ourselves and try to see what went wrong or what is going wrong and find a way to sort it out. I am here ready. I'm a therapist, counselor, ready to help you when need be. Don't fail to contact me. Thank you very much. Today we shall be talking on a very sensitive topic, and I want especially those in diaspora to pay closer attention on this particular topic. It is something that I've encountered a lot throughout my counseling sessions, and it has helped some, and others are still into it. You see, I'm talking about culture and traditions, the role they play in divorce. We see in this our generation, we believe that getting married to somebody is all about love. It's all about loving that person. But our forefathers did not see it that way. In fact, to them, you look for a partner based on different criteria. And after you've looked for that partner, they will search for a partner for their children based on certain criteria. I think we've touched that in the past videos. Watch it and you try to get some information on that. Parents go in for it, and when they find someone suitable for their son or their daughter, the family will meet, they do the arrangement, and they get married. That has always been the case, and it has been working a lot. Most of them, it has been working. Our parents lived with that for a very long time. In fact, they never divorced. Love, as a matter of fact, came inside the marriage. It's not love that they were looking for outside. It's not these butterflies that we're looking for nowadays. They had something deeper. They knew that marriage is not about the emotional love that we're talking about. Marriage is sacrifice. Marriage is family. Marriage is compromise. Nobody knows all when it comes to marriage. Everybody learn, because we learn from each individual and from our faults. We make mistakes, we correct them, and we move along. The only thing that we need is a motivation to be together. That strong bond that says, this is my wife and this is my husband, and I will stick with him no matter what. Now, that is the resolve that you make when you come into contact and you both decided to get married. There is a vow, and that vow, we've talked about it, it's a precious vow that you take with God, yourself, and the congregation and family. But nowadays, it's different, especially those in the diaspora. You see somebody here, you don't know anything about the person's background, and you just call your parents and you decided that I want to get married to this lady. Or somebody comes to you, you just accept, I just want to get married. And you call your mommy, I've seen my husband. This guy, I love him and he wants to get married to me. There's no background check. There is nothing. All what you see is the butterflies. And that is our marriage of today. That is how we get married. And that is why divorce is rampant. But there is something that I want us to look at. You see, culture and tradition plays a vital role in our society. Some cultures, you also have, when somebody dies, the hereditary trail differs from one tradition to another. In some, the next of kin, like some tribes in Cameroon, the next of kin is never the children, it is the brother of the man. If the man is no more, if the man is no, if that man dies, it's the brother that will be the next of kin, not the children, not the wife. That is their tradition. They have reasons for that. There are other traditions. I know, if I'm not wrong, in Igbo tradition, the first son is the next of kin. It doesn't matter whether the first son that came out from the man's loin, that's all. Even if the man is not married to the woman and he got that child out of wedlock, even when you are a teenager growing up, and you pregnanted a lady, you end up not married that lady, and that lady gave birth to a son, and you've gone your own ways, no matter the situation, and you get married, if you are not there, the next of kin is that your son. So it's hard for people to accept that. It's hard for ladies to accept that. But that is the tradition of the land. But when you see traditions like that, there are others in Sierra Leone and many parts of Africa. It's almost similar everywhere. Ghana, it's almost similar everywhere. But with traditions like that, there is one thing that we need to know and we need to understand. Those whose culture has that tradition, understand it. Understand it. But sometimes with this new generation, we do not take our time to even ask our parents why was this particular tradition made. There's a reason for that. Your parents do know, because it must have been passed on to them from their grandparents or their great-grandparents. Have told them why the tribe decided to move to that particular direction. But here today, because we've come to a system where everyone wants to get married, and you see, tribe is no longer the issue here. But I want to talk about something which is important, and that is nationality. You see, we know that, and from our culture, when we're brought up, we tend to discover that a woman don't actually have a home until that woman gets married. And a woman can get married to anybody around the globe. It doesn't matter. And these are present dispensation. A girl can get married with any man from anywhere around the globe, provided they live on this earth, on this planet Earth. But you see, some of these things have some implications that I'll talk about here today, because actually I've had a session with people from different tribes that have different tradition. I've also had sessions from people from different nationalities, and I bet you it's not an easy thing. And I've had premarital classes from people with different nationality, and to tell you, by the time we finish our class, that those, I think, two couples, the man and the woman, they were from different countries. By the time we finished everything, they came and contacted me afterwards that they decided not to continue with the marriage. That what I told them makes a lot of sense, and they have decided that they will not continue. But yet, another couple, they decided to continue, but yet they still stick to the advice that I gave them. And they were happy with it, and they continue with the marriage. And they are happy, and they did exactly what we discussed. Now, I'll go deeper for us to understand. I will take Cameroon for example. I will take Cameroon as an example, and I'll take Sierra Leone as another example. I want us to get this very well. Now, this usually affects women a lot. So I want ladies to pay much attention because it affects them, and they have to pay a lot of attention to this particular topic today. They have to understand something. You see, when a man, the Bible says a man will leave his father and mother's house and get himself a wife. So that man can go anywhere and get a wife. He is the one, and the woman is married to the man's family. The man will create another family. The woman bears the man's name. The man takes the woman from her own family. So, like a case may be, the woman was from Sierra Leone, and that man was from Cameroon. So, that woman needs to leave Sierra Leone and come to Cameroon because he has gotten married to a Cameroonian. And of course, he wants to be with the husband. And he's married to the husband and therefore the husband's family. That is the African tradition that all of us know. And you see, the girl had to move at one point in time to Cameroon to stay with her husband. But remember, she has no family in Cameroon. Every family that she had is in Sierra Leone. Now, I asked them one thing, and I asked the girl, if you happen to go to Cameroon and you settle in Cameroon, you've had your children, which is a good thing, it's a nice place. You are in-laws, you are with them. Something happened to your husband. We know our people. What will become of you? Do you have anybody in Cameroon to take care of you? Do you have anybody to stand by you? What will happen? I'm just asking. And I turn and I ask the guy that you are from Cameroon. What will happen if you are not there and your wife is in that place? All your investments are in Cameroon. What happens to the woman? If because you are not there, we know it always happens. I'm not saying that will happen in your own case. If something happens and your family says that they don't want her. They want their children, yes, but she's not part of them. And like it happens a lot, they try to fight for property and they kick you out. Where will you go? Do you have anybody in that country to stand by you? The lady said, look at me. I said, but no. I said, so you have to think about this. But if you get married to somebody from that nationality, in fact, you get married to a Sierra Leonean man, it doesn't matter where they stay. You have intervention from your own family. Your siblings, your father, your mother, uncles, aunts, they can intervene. You are covered in one way or the other. But in a foreign land, are you covered? No, you are bare. So I'm asking, the problem is not now. The problem is not if you love the man. The problem is if the man is not there, what will happen? You don't know the heart of people. And some might look at you as a foreigner and they see you as a foreigner and it ends up being that you are a foreigner. It doesn't matter. Some might love you because you give them goodies or you take care of them. But if your man is not, do you have that covering? If your husband is not, do you have that covering? To a man, it's easy. It's a man. She has brought the woman. He has no problem. But with the women, it's something different. Then I told them that, look, I asked the man, do you love your woman? He said yes. Are you willing to establish something in Sierra Leone? He said, what? I said, yes, that's the price you pay from getting married to a foreigner. You need to make 2 homes. He said, what? It's difficult. Why? I said, bet you need to do that. If you are not today and something happens to this lady, and you've also invested in her country, she'll definitely have a home in her country. She'll go and sit and take care of your children. She might have a business in your country. She can run that business. But if you put every single thing in Cameroon, and she comes, she cannot stay there. She doesn't have anybody there. She cannot run a business there. The family is also there to tell her, this is not your thing. It was our brother's business. What do you have the woman to do? And what about your children? Some can, any rule has an exception. But you don't know the mind of people. So you always have to prepare yourself for the worst. I'm not saying that you die first. I'm just asking, if something like that happens, what is your plan? You see, the man rejected it. The man said, I cannot invest in her place. I've got married to her. If she wants, let her come home. I told the woman that is left to you, I have told you what is there. He loves you that much. You people are family. If he's not also willing to invest in your area, then do you think he actually loves you that much? This is a price that you have to pay. And I want everybody to understand, getting married to a foreigner, there is a price to pay. That price is investment. You don't have to invest in one particular country. It has to be in both countries, whether you like it or not. Because all these are things that we avoid. And at the end of the day, we have issues. The other couple that I cancelled, one was from Nigeria, another one was from Cameroon. The lady was Cameroonian, the man was Nigerian. I asked the same questions, but the man was willing to invest in Cameroon. In fact, he has already invested in Cameroon. He decided to build a home and build apartments for the wife. And it is their business. They are running the business together. Now they are concentrating to build in Nigeria. They've already built in Nigeria, and they are concentrating to put up a business in Nigeria, which is very good. The woman doesn't care. The woman is very happy. Both of them are doing it together. They have businesses in Cameroon, and now they are establishing businesses in Nigeria. They have a home in Nigeria. The woman is not staying in Cameroon. Most of the time they go to holiday, they go to their home in Nigeria. That is where they live. That's where the children are groomed, because she was married to the man. So there, she is in Nigeria now with the children. But then they have a business back in Cameroon. So you see, the man understood, and the man prepared to do that. And he worked for it. Both of them, they both worked for it. And he worked for them. But they are fine. They don't have any issue. The man understands that if something happens to him today, the woman and the children, they have 2 kids. The children, they'll have a place to stay, be it in Cameroon, be it in Nigeria. Sometimes they come to holiday in Cameroon and they stay in Cameroon for some time and they go back. So the children are familiar with Cameroon, they are familiar with Nigeria. They know every side and every direction. That is how the guy decided to pull on. But the guy of Syria, the guy of Cameroon refused to do same to the woman in Sierra Leone. You see, I want us to understand this. The other couple that cancelled, the girl was from Cameroon, the man was from Nigeria, but the man refused to invest in Cameroon. And the girl said, I don't want the marriage. If something happens to me, what happens? I don't have a family, I don't have anybody there. And it ended that way. You see, we have to be careful. We have to be intentional when we are doing these things. We must understand that no matter what we do, it matters. Culture matters. Culture matters. Tradition matters. You must understand the people before you are with them, before you be with them. Try to look at these things. We should not just allow things like that. There are things that we need to look at. Marriage is deeper than the love that we're talking about, the butterfly love that we talk about. If it is the love that we are talking about, I will always ask this question. The first boyfriend you had, where is that boyfriend? The first girlfriend you had that you told everybody that you can die for, where is she? You left her a long time ago. She left him a long time ago. You don't even think about him. But at one point in time, you're crazily in love. So where has that love gone? If love has to keep people together. What keep people together is commitment and dedication. You've committed to be with this person. You'll be dedicated to be with this person. There'll be ups and downs, but you have decided that this is where I'll be. That is why before getting married, there are things you need to know, like what I'm talking about today. You must understand that. Tradition. You must know that to get married to an Igbo man, you must do your findings. Look and find out if the man has a male child before you. If you want your child to become the next of kin, and that you are investing because you know that your children will also be the next of kin, if it happens that the father is not there, then you must make sure and understand that you are the one that gives birth to the first son. Or he gets married to you, or he has no siblings anywhere. Because if he has, and the first son comes anywhere, just understand that is their tradition. That is their culture. You can't change that. So if you are also going to that family, you are from a different tribe, and you are getting married to an Igbo man, and you need to understand this particular thing. If it doesn't work like that, then it's hard. The first lady in their tradition, the first daughter, also has a very big play. She is the Ada of the family, and that's how they call it. She has a very big role to play in the family. So this is something that you must understand. If you don't understand, it's a problem. If you get married to somebody from Com, you must also understand that when it comes to hereditary, it's passed on to the brother, not to you, the wife, nor your siblings. So you must understand that culture. You must know that for me to get married to this person, if something happens, this is how it has to be. Yes, of course, now we are getting past the traditional part of it, because now, how do most people cope with such things? They cope by actually having their investments out of the village, that no villager or no tradition will tie them down. But of course, they will have the normal next of kin certificate issued by the state that will guard the wife or the children, their property. But when it comes to tradition, some tradition, you have customary tradition in Cameroon, they uphold those things because of the tradition of the land. So these are things we need to understand. These are things we need to know, that culture plays an important role. And in certain traditions, you might come from the royal family, or you might come from a particular sect or particular society, or your parents, they come from a particular society that is attached to the chiefdom, and there'll be clauses attached to it. that you as a man, you cannot get married to a foreigner. You must get married to a girl from that tribe because you belong to their royalty, or you belong to this particular society in their fandom. These are things you need to know. So it's not just falling in love, it's knowing the tradition. Ghana have their own tradition too. Sierra Leone and every other country, they have their tradition. Kenya, they have it. Go there and look at the tradition. Find out. To live with people, you must understand them. To live with people, you must know them. And if you want people to respect you, the first thing you have to do is to respect their culture, respect their tradition. Because you cannot be part of them without respecting their culture nor their tradition. You need to be part of them. You need to respect that. So, all these things, where we do not take care of it, we do not think about it before getting married, at the end of the day when we are married, it will lead to separation. It will lead to divorce. When you start understanding these things and you start asking your man that, but we are not from the same country. What do you think about me? Why don't we have to invest in my own country too? And your husband starts saying no. The man starts saying, no, I cannot. I will not do this. Why do you want to go there? At one point in time, you look at it and say, no, I can't be like that. And you never know. You can go there and if their in-laws, they tell you that you're a foreigner. And if the in-laws, they tell you you're a foreigner, I don't like me, this your wife. She's not part of us. What do you think? And they start a way, find a way to agitate, find a way to look for you another woman from their own country. These things do happen. Let's not shy away from the truth. So when these things do happen, you must understand. So don't just enter because you feel that you're in love with somebody and that you want to get married to this person because you're in love with this person. You need to also understand that, look deep. Don't just take that decision. Marriage is a very important thing. You don't only get married to the man, you also get married to the family. Because remember, you are coming to be part of that family. You are taking the name of that man. You belong to that family. And if the mother is, take note, if you get married to a first son, if the mother is not, is the first son's wife, who automatically becomes the mother of that family. So they need to trust you because you will be their mother. They need to trust you because you have to be their mother. That's why sometimes they want people from their own tribe, their own community, because they know them or they will understand them. Because they need to trust you. Because you will definitely be part of the family. Not to talk of the situation where your husband is the only male child and you are married to them. Then he has sisters, all of them, they get married. The only person in that compound is you. They are married, they also have their own compounds. But you now, you are the master. You are the mistress, you are the every single thing. You are the mother and grandmother of that compound. So you need to understand, if you don't know their culture, you don't know their traditions, how would you cope? That is why sometimes we say in-laws, mother-in-laws are not good. But if you get married to his only son, and he understands that after her, it's you, she needs to make sure that you are upright. She needs to test you in every other possible means because she knows that you have to carry the shoulder of the family because you are the mother of the family. You must understand. Even if he has a junior brother, the junior brother's wife is a junior wife in that family. You are the senior wife. You are the mother of that family. These are things we need to know. These are things we need to understand. It is part of our culture. That is why before getting married, please have your family involved. The involvement of your family is very important. You, a woman coming to that family, remember, you have to be in that family. That is your newfound family. Especially if the son is the first son. You automatically represent the mother. If the mother dies, you are the one that everybody in that family looks up to. You must understand. Because he might have sisters, but the sisters also married. They are totally out of that family. They are carrying another person's name. They will not come back in that family. So you have to make everything work. So it's a big role. Then just imagine you are coming to take that role. Like you leave Sierra Leone, you want to take that role in Cameroon. You leave Nigeria, you want to take that role in Cameroon. You leave Kenya, you want to take a role in Nigeria. You leave Nigeria, you want to take that role in Ghana. What are you thinking? It means you need to dedicate your time to understand the culture, to understand the family, to understand the tradition. You must do that. If your husband don't know it, you have to know it. You have to find a way to know it. You need to be closer to your mother-in-law. If your mother-in-law is not alive, you have to look for a senior aunt in that family to make sure you are closer to find out how it works. When we don't do these things, we end up having issues. Please, I'm not saying you cannot get married to a foreigner. I'm not saying you cannot get married to somebody out of your tribe. You can. But there are things that you have to look out for before taking that decision. You see, when you get married with somebody from the same area, even if there are issues, it's easy to handle it. It's from the same family, it's easy to handle it. That's why our parents always want us to get married in the same tribe. Because you just go to the village, this family will meet this family, and they'll put everything together and they'll try to sort it out. But when they are from different cultures, different background, different village, your family don't know that village. They don't have people in that village. They need to go there. They need to find a common ground. It's a little bit difficult for them. But it is as easy as anything when you are from the same environment. I'm not saying that is the ultimate no. But what I'm saying, know it. When you want to go into something, you need to know that thing very well. You need to understand it. When you know it and you understand it, then you don't have a problem. So I came here today to give awareness when it concerns these issues. Ladies have contacted me a lot, especially during my premarital class. I thank those that asked for the premarital classes. Some that book sessions for premarital counseling. Many of them have come back satisfied. And I always like these sessions. If the man is serious, I like it to be together. I like to book a session for you and your husband, or your prospective husband, you and your fiancé. I would like it that way. I can speak to you one-on-one, but I also like to speak with both. Because there are things that we need to understand before entering this particular situation. If there was a means that people need to go to school and take up a class for 3 to 6 months before actually getting married, and they give them a small certificate before they actually go to get married, I think that would have been better. Because most of us, we just go, we are blank. We don't know anything. But please, find it upon yourself to contact me and let's talk. There's a lot. You can't just get it here. I'll give these tips for 21 days, but that's all I can, that I've decided to offer this year. I don't know what will come next year, but this year I've decided to offer, at the end of this year, I've decided to give this as a bonus. But when you get to me, it'll be more personal. I'll take your case. I'll look at your case, look at the background information of your case, and I deal with you personally on one-to-one basis. And bring out facts and points that is related to you, directly affects you. But now it's a little bit general. But yet, it will help. If you find time, look at it more, and try to look at things in a very nice way. Once more, Thank you all. I've seen her. Claire, thanks for coming. Marie Claire, wow, you're welcome. My wife, you are there. Thank you. Wow. Glory, you are welcome. Thank you so much. That blessing, I mean, you're welcome. I can see you. Thank you, guys. I believe that I do not come to confuse you, but to give you clarity. God that has made this possible will continue to work with us and will continue to give us more wisdom and more insight. Receive it with grace and think about it. Go back to the other videos if you have missed the others. They're on my page, or you go to my YouTube channel. Try to subscribe and move in this journey. Let's make our society a better place. Your children needs that. So when you learn it, you pass it on to your own children. Soon they'll get married. Pass it on to them. Let's learn one or two things. And by the grace of God, everything will be fine. Those who have issues concerning this, find a middle ground and try to talk about it. Remember the first time you met, every single thing that went well. Try to bring back that scenario and try to talk about it. It might be just a small misunderstanding, just something that you do not understand. But with clarity, God will bring it in front of you and things will be okay. Those that do not have a husband, remember one thing, that a man will look for himself a wife. So, that prepare yourself. What you are doing now is you are preparing yourself. You are becoming a wife by knowing all these things. And when you prepare yourself and you are already a wife, God knows that you are a wife and God will bring the man that will come and meet you. Because that man is coming to meet a wife. The man is not coming to meet a woman. So what you are doing by watching this thing, by following up every other thing, by learning, you are preparing yourself to be a woman. And the moment God knows that you are a woman, God will open the doors for a man to come to your life. Sometimes men have not come because you are not yet a wife. Try to be a wife and open the door for men to come by you. May God bless us all. Thank you very much for today, and I wish you well.